Yo everyone, people have been asking for it and now it's here. I've decided to make my very own full card betting guide for UFC pay-per-view events and now also for UFC fight nights. This is the first fight night betting guide I've made and we are starting with UFC fight night Edwards vs Brady, which is going down in a few days time. These are my previous results for the last betting guide I did for UFC 313, which did end up making me a profit of 11.25% on all my bets. Super excited for this card and super excited to see how my bets for this card will turn out. Let's see if we can start a bit of a win streak here. I'll be going through absolutely everything here, from who I picked to win each fight, strong favorites and solid underdogs, my very own personal favorite lock of the card and underdog lock of the card, and to finish off the video, I will walk you guys through all of my own personal bets just so you can see what I've decided to do with my research that I have put into this card. As always, timestamps are in the description and the comment section below if you guys want to skip to anything in particular. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. What you're looking at here currently are the lists of favorites and underdogs for the entire UFC Fight Night Edwards vs Brady fight card, and this is just to show you who I actually ended up picking and how many of those picks were underdogs and were favorites on the card. If you haven't come here for my full card predictions and breakdown video where I talk in detail my reasoning for picking every single fighter I've picked to win or lose, please go check that video out if you want some additional information on why I made some of these picks. And if you have come from that video, thanks for watching both of these videos and supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. I will now be highlighting in green who my picks were for this card. And as you can see, I have picked pretty much 50-50 in underdogs and favorites, very similar to my picks for UFC 313, so let's hope everything pans out similarly to that card as well. And the funny thing is that at the time of recording this video, these two fighters who are highlighted now in orange, Mick, Parkin and Padilla, have sort of switched from underdogs to favorites. At least Mick Parkin is now a slight favorite, and Padilla, according to Bet365 odds, is even now with Jai Herbert. I did pick both of these guys as underdogs, so I will be keeping them in the solid underdog list, but it really does show that we are really onto something here with some of these picks. Now let's move on and go through some of the fighters I've picked and deemed to be the strong favorites and solid underdogs for the card. As you can see here for strong favorites, I've picked Jordan Vucenic, Christian Leroy Duncan, Nathan Fletcher, and Guram Kutateladze. I think these guys are honestly the strongest favorites on the card and have the highest chance to win out of a lot of guys who are favorites on this card in my opinion. The numbers next to their names are just the return you will get if you bet on them. So for example, if you were to bet $1 on Jordan Vucenic to win, you would actually receive 25 cents back on top of your initial bet, so that's 25 cents profit. A $100 bet would net you a $25 profit overall. Hopefully that makes sense for all of you guys. Now to jump into the solid underdogs I've chosen for this card, I've personally chosen Leon Edwards, Molly McCann, Mick Parkin, and Padilla as the strongest and most solid underdogs to bet on for this card. And although I didn't pick them to win their fights, I think that Felipe dos Santos and Nathaniel Wood in particular aren't the worst underdogs to bet on either on this card. But these guys that I've listed on screen, I have picked, and in particular, will net you a very solid return out of a lot of underdogs on this card, and I personally think they all have a very strong chance to win their fights. Another underdog I actually have chosen to win on this card, but didn't make this list, is Jan Blachowicz, and Jan will net you a big return, but these four fighters in particular, I just think personally, have a higher chance for successfully winning their fights. I hope Jan really does win, and if someone does place a bet on him, I wish you the best of luck because I really do think he has a good chance to win. But anyways, guys, looking at this list overall, I honestly can't believe the overall return on someone like Leon Edwards to win. It's just so good, especially since I thought he would have been the favorite going into this fight originally. Like, just look at it. If you were to bet $100 on him, for example, it would return you a profit of $137 if he wins. But to cap this section off, those are my own picks for strong favorites on the card and solid underdogs on the card. And now to move on to the locks of the card I've chosen for both the favorites and the underdogs, I have ended up choosing Jordan Vucenic as my lock of the card for the favorites, just because I believe that he does almost everything a little better than Chris Duncan. He's a little more technical, more dangerous on the feet. Just to add that on top, I really do think there's a good chance he's able to get a finish in this fight as well. The guy's got a lot of solid subs he can snatch up, and a KO is definitely on the cards too. Locking in Jordan Vucenic as my favorite lock of the card. And now, as for my underdog lock of the card, I guarantee again, like I said in the last betting guide, I doubt anyone is picking this fighter as an underdog lock of the card. I think most people would have gone with Chris Padilla or even Leon Edwards, and those guys are extremely good and solid fighters to pick for your bets, don't get me wrong guys, but I have actually decided to take Molly McCann as my underdog lock of the card here, and I just feel like not only are the odds fantastic in terms of a return on the pure money line, but she, in my opinion, is just flat out the better fighter overall in this matchup. She's technically better, physically better, mentally better, anywhere in the game, she is better in my opinion. Her opponent, Alexia Thainara, is taking this fight on short notice as well, at least a week and a half's notice, I believe, if I remember correctly. That all adds on to this pick, guys. I really have been thinking this one through. Molly McCann will be my underdog lock of the card. I'm locking that in. Let's now move on here and finally jump into my bets for this card now. And I know you've been waiting for this section, guys. Here are my current personal bets I have on this card, so you guys can check them out. As you can see, I've actually put down almost all solo bets, each a little different in different ways, but then finishing the bets with a two-leg parlay. Since I've put Molly McCann as my underdog lock of the card, I thought I would chuck a cheeky bet on her at 1.5 units. Normally, I would do only a unit, but I just thought I would spice it up a little bit, and the payout just looks so big and juicy if it hits. It would pretty much cover all the other layouts for each bet by itself, which is just crazy to me. I can really see her winning this fight, so let's hope for the best on that one. Next up is Nathan Fletcher. If you've watched my full card predictions and breakdown video, you'd know that I feel quite confident in him to get this one done, and his payout for being a slight favorite is really good to me. The guy has beaten Caolan Loughran in the past in the amateur scene, and I believe he can do it again the exact same way. Last regular single bet here is Leon Edwards money line, just to win flat out, and just look at the underdog odds on the former champion. Absolutely insane. I've already said this before. I thought I wouldn't pass up on this opportunity here, and I really do think he can squeeze out a win in this matchup. Now, my only real prop bet I've got for this card is Jordan Vucenic to win pretty much by finish here. I think he wins outright in this fight a lot of the time, but I've sprinkled half a unit on him by finish since the payout isn't terrible, and I really do think he has the tools and the danger factor to get the finish in this fight. Shout out to one of my viewers in the comment section who asked if I thought Vucenic might be able to get a finish here. You were thinking very similar to me, man. I think there's a good chance of that happening. And now, to cap off my bets for this card, we have the two-leg parlay of Morgan Charriere and Jordan Vucenic. I'm worried a bit for Morgan Charriere, I'm not going to lie, because Nathaniel Wood can be very technical, but I still do think he has a solid chance to win this fight by being the more dangerous, the more durable fighter of the two in this matchup, and that's why I think that fight was a good choice for the parlay in particular with Jordan Vucenic. Thought I'd mention that all for everyone. Let me know what some of your bets and parlays were as well for this card in the comment section below. Would love to see what you guys are cooking up as well. That's it for Larry's full card betting guide for UFC Fight Night Edwards vs Brady. Gonna try to make this a regular thing, of course, so please, guys, any feedback on it would be appreciated. Like I said before, if you want me to add something on or think something could have been done better, let me know in the comments section below and I'll get right on it. Also, if you have any genuine questions about things regarding the UFC in general or video ideas you'd like to see, feel free to let me know about it in the comment section below. I want to have this channel be a place where you guys can give your own input or ideas so the viewing experience can be a bit more engaging and enjoyable overall. So, thanks for watching, guys, and see you guys next time.